Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. It's me, your host Mustafa Ismail, and I'm with Mr. Faiz Tahir. Plenty of Test match cricket today, and we also have a one day to look forward to, which starts tomorrow. Faiz, how are you doing, man?
Doing well, bro. Like a good day of cricket. We saw a lot of action. Decision from Australia that was obviously going to happen. The follow on when West Indies response has been good. I mean, not very good, but I mean, it still looks like a little bit if they can just hold on. It's going to be interesting day tomorrow to see if they're able to like hold on, or will Australia be able to get a result. Pakistan also showing signs of improvement. A very good comeback from initially what we and the viewers were actually writing them off with a 1,000 kind of a first inning run total that England would get. But I think credit to Pakistan. And yeah, India look very strong. Actually, they're taking everyone. As you were telling me as well, like it looks like a whole complete team. It's gonna be interesting to watch the ODIs, and I'm really pumped up for it.
Yeah, 100%. With that, let's go to the eye test and talk about a few individual performances today. So we saw 500s today. Some of the innings started yesterday, some of the innings started today. But Abdullah Shafiq, Mr. Imam ul Haq, Babar Azam, Mohamed Labuschagne getting 100, backing that double hundred up with another 100, and then we also had Mr. Craig Brathwaite, captain, leading from the front. And you said they did lose a couple of wickets. They lost 3 wickets in total, but his innings, takes the game into day five. Pat Cummins is also, injured. He came back on for a few minutes, but did not look comfortable. So he's making the Australian team work. And even if they don't get a result, if they lose this test match, they have fought well West Indies. And let's start off with that century man, Craig Brathwaite. It was a bit uncharacteristic in the sense that he played his shots. It wasn't just him defending and trying to soak up the pressure. Whenever there was a scoring opportunity, he took it, which is unlike him. He likes to leave the ball, defend it, but he played his shots today, and it was a magnificent innings, and that too under pressure against a really good bowling team. If you see his strike rate of 60, normally he has a strike rate of 20, 30. So really good, man. 11 fours as well to add to that.
Yeah, I think he's seeing a chance, of some kind of a victory. I don't know. I mean, credit to him, playing such an important innings given the bowling attack that Australia has. And, already they were 283 all out. Even in the first inning, he managed to get 60 odd runs. But I just think that he has a little bit of belief that, the final day 306 is gettable, probably. I think that's what he's trying to like. But the most important thing here for the West Indies is to just save their wickets and, just play it out. I don't think they need to play very quick cricket. Just be very patient. I think it's going to be the utmost patience. The day will require that from West Indies, and I just hope they can manage to hold on. But yeah, Pat Cummins' his injury is also a big blow to Australia, like you mentioned. He had back issues and stuff. He did get 3 wickets in the first what do you call innings.
And there's
So it's going to
200
be
test wicket too. There was a beauty
yeah.
of a delivery, man. We didn't talk about it yesterday. We didn't have a show yesterday, but that was a wonderful delivery that he bowled yesterday in the first innings.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's just gonna be a game of the patience and probably how Australia see sort of bowl in the right areas or not. But yeah, I mean from this situation, I feel like maybe Australia will win it. But if West Indies
Yeah,
can get something out of this, it's going to be an incredible experience for them overall. And I
yeah,
think
but
credit to Braithwaite, just to add on credit to Braithwaite with his captaincy and how he's sort of brought himself to this game and getting consistent runs and sort of leading by example.
normally you would expect the game to finish today on day four because it's target chase kar rahe, 450, 460 plus. So you normally close to 500 actually. So you normally give up at that time. But they didn't give up, and the captain led from the front, and he's showing the way for all the other boys. And also shout out to Tag Narayan Chandapal, Mr. Chandapal Jr. for also supporting him in that opening stand. Yes, he got out, but not after posting a 116-run partnership. So I think you have to give him credit there as well. It's due, and they're fighting, man. West Indies are fighting. I expected them to get all out today. I'll be very honest with you. Day five तक
Yeah.
लेके गए बहुत बड़ी बात है. And now it's session by session, session by session. Again, it's extremely difficult to even draw this test match, but miracles do happen. You just have to believe. And even if you lose this test match, like I said, there's a lot of positives from the West Indies. Yes, they need to field better, they need to bowl better at occasions, but it'll also keep them in good stead in that second test match because they're putting pressure on Australia and tiring the Australian bowlers as well.
Yeah. And credit to them, I mean that's like most majority of the players are young, like we discussed this already. Holder and Kemaro, these guys are the more senior kind of guys. I mean, Abibi, I think they have three more people after these two, Myers and Braithwaite. They still have Holder and the wicket keeper. I think they can battle Azari Joseph maybe at max. I'm thinking. So they have a bit quite few wickets, but yeah, I mean overall it's going to be a very good learning experience given the conditions, given the quality of pace that has been coming at them, like the likes of Labuschagne and Smith. I think that is also going to be a very big example for the likes of Chandrapal and Braithwaite himself for the years to come. I think they'll be able to take a page out of their notebook and sort of implement it in their game. So I think it's going to be an overall learning experience and a molding experience. I think it's going to be something like that.
Yeah, and they're also facing their own injuries. Like Hima Rouge got injured today. He didn't come out to bowl, I think, in that third innings. Then you had Warner also. He got concussion, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
He got hit, so he's been substituted. So he's not gonna come out to bat. They're gonna have a substitute. So like they're having their own injuries, but they're fighting it out, and it's good to see. And I think in the constant in all this over the past few years has been Brathwaite. He's been the constant in the West Indies Test team, and now as captain, he's really getting whatever resources he has. He tries to make the best of it. Again, if you look at it on paper, Australia are miles ahead, but he's trying to make a match out of it. He's leading from example. Even with his bowlers in home conditions, he knows exactly when to use who. He's very aggressive in his captaincy. His field placements are really good, and it's good to see some fight over there, and it's not a one-sided kind of contest. And this is not as flat as a track as Rawalpindi. It's not like that. Yes, there are a lot of runs to be scored, but there is a lot of assistance for the bowlers. I saw Hazelwood today get really close. A few umpires calls as well. What's his name? Even Mitchell Stark. So it's not that easy, but they've done a really good job. Moving on, we'll talk about Babar Azam. He was your fantasy pick. Another fantastic 100. Yes, the pitch is flat. Everybody's scoring runs, but you still have to make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah, of course. I think Babar Azam has like now I think about 1,053 runs or something overall in his journey through this whole WTC. It's an incredible innings. I think 14 innings and he got 1,000 runs, bro. I think that speaks volumes about his batting. I mean, he's been criticized as captain, but when it comes to an individual performance in terms of Test cricket, he's been playing some outstanding shots. I mean, majority of those at home. You could argue that, but even at home, like you said, make hay while the sun shines. So I think he's been playing some incredible shots. He showed maturity, and I think he didn't even come opening, like you said. Abdullah Shafiq and Imamul Haq, credit to them as well. Two centuries in the top, and then another in the
Except
bottom. It's just gonna give, yeah. And I think with the criticism they got in their bowling, where England was 500 on day one, and to come and make something out of that match, again credit to Babar and the team. I think that's brilliant.
And one thing I noticed today about him is he played more on the back foot, and he was very solid at the back foot, looked very steady. He wasn't looking. Sometimes Babar comes onto that front foot, he commits and he gets a bit stuck. And we saw that in the T20 as well in the World Cup, where he's already committing to a shot. Here he was playing on the back foot more. He wasn't getting enticed by the spinners. He yes, at times he moved his feet and came down the track to ensure that Leach drags his length a bit. And then, like a lot of his scoring shots were off the back foot, and he looked really good. Timing was, like you said, sumptuous, outstanding timing, and it was a great innings from him. And you mentioned Abdullah Shafiq, Imamul Haq. This is laid the platform. Abdul Shafiq has actually been performing for the last year or so very consistently. Yes, a lot of his runs are coming in Pakistan, but he's providing that platform. He's making sure Pakistan don't lose early wickets, and it takes the pressure off someone like a Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan in the middle order, and gives them a platform as well to launch from. And that's exactly what he did today. We saw off the new ball yesterday, him and Imam Ullah, and they continue to score runs today. They got to their 100s. Yes, they got out, but they did really well. Imam Ullah gets criticized, man, heavily for Parchi, being the nephew
Yeah.
of the but Onevi like a Chakilaj, and credit to him. And it's not he's not been in the team consistently over the last year, but he's got the chance and he scored 100. Yes, it is a flat track. I'm going to repeat it as a flat track. Everyone is scoring hundreds, but still you have to get the runs.
One more guy I was like a shock to see. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of him. Will Jacks got 3 wickets and he bowled pretty well, like part time. I think the part time
Yeah.
off him, right?
Well, he's a spinner who bats. I mentioned him in the pre-match that he's someone who will be the second spinner to Leach, but also he's someone who can score the runs, hit some. Score the runs in the sense he's very aggressive. He can hit some boundaries. But yes, his bowling was impressive today. I think he bowled really well. That's a good catch from you.
I think he plays PSL as well.
Yeah, he does play PSL. I think I'm not sure which team he plays for, but yeah, he's got.
Islamabad United, I think, if I'm not wrong. Like, I was looking at his profile a few, like an hour ago or something, and I just wanted to see on this guy because I know I haven't seen him a lot, but yeah, he's been on the scene quite a bit, and like today also his spell was incredible. I think now, so if let's just to ask your opinion, like, how do you think now England would react to this? Like now it's 499, 158 trailing. What would England's game plan be like tomorrow? Would they be bat and get another 200 and quickly ask Pakistan to bat, or like how would they tackle
No,
this?
I think it's like they have to set a target which is 4,500. If they set a 370, 380 target, that can be chased. I don't think they'll have to score 450 plus. But knowing Ben Stokes and McCallum, they will go for the win. I don't know how they're going to do that because right now they
तो
have to get Pakistan all out.
बासबॉल यहाँ पे भी बासबॉल खेल के फिर they'll try getting a big century like 200-300 runs and like adding to
मगर
158.
प्रॉब्लम यहाँ है कि बॉलर्स वो विकेट्स लेना 20 इंग्लैंड में ले ले रहे थे, वहां पे कंडीशन सूट हो जा रहे थे. इवन इफ फर्स्ट इनिंग्स अच्छा बॉलिंग नहीं करे, सेकंड इनिंग्स में एंडरसन ब्रॉड आके थोड़ा स्विंग विंग करके खत्म कर देते थे काम. But it's not going to be that easy, I think, over here. The problem is 20 wickets. I don't think the problem is batting. But I think baseball is going to be on steroids over here, bro. Like, it's going to be next level on this kind of wickets. So I think the game plan will be trying to win this game, but it's going to be very difficult for both teams to win from here because Pakistan have done a really good job getting close to that target, and yeah, they
नहीं
still have
बिल्कुल I mean
plenty of
yeah
time.
like you're saying again I want to again shout out because I think we on last pod we basically went crazy when England were like 530 on the first day and coming back is not easy. I mean whole criticism के बाद इतना अच्छा वापस आना and 499 for 7 I think they can still try and make 100 another 50 or 60 run with Naseem Shah and I think Aga Salman on strike. दोनों खेल ले सकते, थोड़ी बहुत बैटिंग कर ले सकते, बट देखना पड़ेगा अब कैसा इंटरेस्टिंग रहेगा टू हाउ दे फिनिश इट ऑफ एंड व्हाट दे गिव इंग्लैंड एंड व्हाट इंग्लैंड गिव देम बैक. तो या आई मीन इट्स जस्ट अबाउट टैक्टिक्स हियर.
Yeah, मगर man, I just hope next test match में spinning wicket लेके आओ यार. बहुत
या
like
ये
बहुत
डीमेरिट
runs on.
पॉइंट्स है सब या कैसे भी होने वाला है
I'm
तो
try
आई मीन
I'm trying my best to like enjoy the games and everything, but man, it's too flat the wicket for me. I need some spice, something for the
आई
bowlers,
नो
and
या
I prefer the opposite where the bowlers are dominating. So yeah, Mr. Techie Live, we're gonna come to your question. We're gonna talk about that match, and you guys will be very excited about that. We will discuss that topic, and yes, we will add hashtags as well. Thank you for reminding us. We will do that. Make sure you share with your friends and family as well. We really appreciate it. But yeah, man, we talked about the Pakistani batsman. We talked about the thing. The last West Indies batsman also. The last thing I want to talk about is Marnus Labuschagne, man. Again,
उफ या
again scoring 100, bro. Yeah, but he was very lucky this time. He got out on a no ball as well, I think. And Labuschagne has the tendency to give chances and also reap his luck through that. Magar, I think Aj, फिर से 100 मारा. Runs is your that's your paycheck, that's your salary, that's everything. And he's scoring runs left, right, and center right now. And yeah, 300 runs in a match, bro.
however wherever you can it's like that I think west side say however you can get those runs wherever you can find those runs you find those runs. Luck hai nahi hai jo bhi hai bhai I mean at the end of the day he's averaging 54 in test. That's brilliant. And I think he's always going to be a key player in the Australian test format. एंड भाई आपको एक चांस मिलता वो चांस के बाद भी आप कैसा परफॉर्म करते इट्स ऑन दैट आई थिंक हमेशा अपन बोलते कि ही ऑलवेज गेट्स लाइव्स बट लाइव्स के बाद भी आप कंटिन्यू ऑन कर सकते हैं वही स्पिरिट के साथ तो बड़ी बात है नहीं तो फट के खेलना शुरू कर देते लोग.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, credit to him, man. क्या खेल रहा उन्हें, and he's someone I'm excited to see how he's going to play in India. I think that'll be a very good challenge. I think they're going in March, if I'm not mistaken. तो वो बहुत जबरदस्त
या
रहेगा.
स्पिन
Labuschagne
ट्रैक
is
रहेगा
two
या स्पिन
It's
ट्रैक भी
going to be
रहेगा.
great, bro. It's going to be a challenge for him. It's not going to be easy, but I think him and Smith are the players who relish these kind of challenges. And I still remember Smith scoring 100 on a ranked runner in Pune, bro, and they won that game, the first
Yeah,
test match of
wow,
the
that
season.
yeah, I remember that as
So
well.
yeah, I think we were there watching bits of that together as well. I was in Bombay at that time, and I remember I wanted to go to Pune, and I couldn't go. And yeah, missed that Steve Smith. It was a special innings. Tekil Singh, I think Pakistan. Sure about the bowling strength and why they did not provide spicy pitch because if you play 8 batters, 4 bowlers, really God knows what they want. But the thing is, what Ramiz Raja said yesterday on the BBC Test Match Special podcast, That took me by surprise. He said that it's going to take us like 5 to 10 years or something like that. I don't know, misquote him, but he said it's going to take us a while to make a proper test match wickets. So I don't know if they have the resources, like if they're lacking certain things. But like it's strange because Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, India, all these guys prepare ranked tournaments. Whether Pakistan's not doing it on purpose, whether they're playing safe cricket on purpose, I'm not sure. But it's going to backfire because if you saw the Australia test match also, that series there was two draws. The last test match they lost, so like you can't always rely on a flat track. And yeah, maybe they're not. Whether it's the bowling or the batting, technically, if it could be their batting that they're not sure about. How can they handle the rank turners? Can Bauer come and play out the extreme spin coming from Leach's hand? Because we've seen on rank turners the likes of Root and Leach and Livingston, they can all get wickets on rank turners. You don't have to be like the greatest spinner. So maybe they're worried about their batting, maybe they're worried about the bowling, but I don't even think it's that. The way Ravi Raja came and said it, it's like they don't have the resources to make a turning track. But yeah, it's interesting, very interesting.
Which is odd. I mean, like for a subcontinent kind of a country, you always have a turning wicket. You know what I mean? And Pakistan can produce spinners. It's not like they don't have. They have like stuff like maybe not Shada, but like they have a few spinners in their bucket list who can sort of come up and get wickets and stuff. And I mean credit to Babar Azam and these guys. Yeah, I think they have the patience and the enough intel to play the spinning. But yeah, the way you said, Ramesh, if you're saying 10 years, then that does not look like it's something on the team. It's just like, and I'm pretty sure they have the money, man. It's just some political issue, probably. I don't know. And Naji bhi chhe
Or
jaisa
whether it's
techie
the
life, like
weather or the
God really knows what they think. That's what I can say. Like techie life is saying, I same thing. मेरे को भी नहीं समझ में आ रहा है यार.
Yeah, no, but I hope like second test match they spice it up a bit. And I'm the one who always defends whenever the people criticize the rank turners, I always defend it. Man, at least maza aata hai match mein, right? Like
I'll tell you the same. It's like it can also be a marketing like kind of a strategy for if you get a rank turner because Test cricket दिखने में eyes आते हैं, आपको views आते हैं. Like now it's like a flat wicket जा रहा है, चल रहा है. Like you don't have odd bounce. कुछ तो भी डालो ऐसे ताकि देखने वाले को भी मजा आएगा and आके they'll actually watch the match and people like teams like Australia and these guys they want to come and play you. You know what I mean?
And
I mean
it's a batsman. Is it me or do you think it's a batsman's game? Because the amount of criticism we get of a ranked runner, I feel is 100 times more than a flat wicket. ये flat wicket का थोड़े बहुत criticize करते हैं, but मेरे को उतने सुने में नहीं आता. Like Twitter पे, like channels पे, YouTube पे, I don't hear people complaining as much. They say yeah, it's a flat track, man. But when it's a ranked runner, people get emotional. कि भाई ऐसा कैसा कर दिए,
क्योंकि
doctor कर दिया pitch को.
हाँ
They
अब
degrade
एक
the concept of a ranked runner.
आई थिंक रैंक टर्नर का ये है कि भाई एक्शन ज्यादा देखने को इट्स लाइक अ गैम्बल यू नो व्हाट आई मीन लगी तो लगी ना तो मोहम्मद अली जैसा बोलते लाइक चले तो चले नहीं तो बल्ले बल्ले टाइप्स बिकॉज इफ अ रैंक रनर का 60-50 पे भी आउट हो जाते वी हैव सीन दैट हैपन एंड अगर बट फ्लैट विकेट विल गारंटी यू रन्स आल्सो गारंटी यू अ बिट ऑफ एन एक्शन गारंटी यू अ बिट ऑफ इनिंग्स batsmen will be able to experiment batsmen will be able to come out of their comfort zone and sort of experiment with shots but when a rank runner you have to be so focused on like saving your wicket तो आई थिंक वो थोड़ा फेवर में चले आता फ्लैट विकेट के लिए कि जहाँ पे आप थोड़े वैरायटी ऑफ चीजें देख सकते हैं जहाँ के रैंक टर्नर में जस्ट एवरीबॉडी सेविंग देमसेल्व्स
Yeah, मगर उसमें मजा भी आता है if you get like even a 40-50 it's like it's good to watch.
अपन ना अजीब लोग यार अपने को आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स डिजाइन पसंद आते इसलिए आई थिंक एज व्यूअर्स वर लाइक
Yeah, and there's only a few people who are pro that. Like I know Murli Karthik is pro rank turners, but like yeah, like I don't get it. Like just play to your strengths. It's okay. And another argument Faiz is that कि भाई जो ये जो green pitches होते हैं, like आप first day पे all out हो जा सकते 50-60 पे, मगर then the wicket gets better to bat on and then you can score 100 even on a green pitch or whatever you can do. That rank turner it just keeps there's no chance to survive on it. That's another argument, but I just feel, man, it's okay. Like, make it entertaining, enjoy it, and it's not like the home team has 100% advantage. Yes, they have a much bigger advantage, but उन लोग के भी risk है. आप team जैसा India lost on ranked turners a few times, bro. And whether it was against even in that series against England when Peterson, Monty Panesar and लोग जो आके फोड़ दिए थे इंडिया में. It's a risk from the home team as well, so it's more fun to watch. It's a gamble from both sides, and the result के chances आते, and it's just more entertaining. But yeah, this debate can keep going on. Faiz, let's move on. We've discussed the games today. Of course, we will discuss them tomorrow as well. But now all eyes for us will be on India versus Bangladesh as well, the one-day series. So Let's go. You want to go with fantasy tips and tips, or do you want to go fresh off the press? You choose, and I will dictate.
Fresh off the press, and then fantasy will go on the order.
All right. खबर ये है कि Mohammad Shami has been injured and Umran Malik, Taki Div had mentioned in the comments, is back. He's got an opportunity. He's going to be replacing Shami in the squad. Whether he gets a place in the 11, not sure yet because there's still Siraj, Deepak Chahar, Shadul Thakur ahead of him. Also, Kuldeep Sen is there, who's already in the squad. So I don't know if Umran Malik is going to start, but Shami has been injured. He's kind of doubtful for the test series as well. So that's the first bit of news. And the second bit of news, otherwise, India are full strength. The big batters are back. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, all the big names are back.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Imran Malik performs. I hope, Imran Malik gets an opportunity, but with the likes of Siraj and stuff, it does look difficult because Siraj is also having a fantastic season lately. I mean, he bowled very
Yeah,
well. Yeah,
man.
right. He's been bowling and he's been showing much more maturity in his variations and stuff. So it's going to be interesting who Rohit picks. One thing, Akhar, I'll ask you at a later stage, I mean, which is more IPL related, with regards to that substitution rule. I just wanted to understand for the folks if you can throw a little light on that. But we'll do that probably in an IPL edition episode or maybe just in towards the end of the episode. But sticking to India and Bangladesh, I mean, how do you think Rohit is going to approach this, bro? Because when they asked him about the question, के भाई आपको World Cup के बारे में क्या है? So I can't think so far ahead. बोला उन्होंने, you can think about the next sandwich, but you can't think about the World Cup. What is this, bro? ये क्या है भाई तुम बोल?
क्या बोलूं मैं मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा आई थिंक look they came off of a big loss very disappointed all of them Rohit got emotional there as well and man you can do whatever you want जितना भी बात करेंगे and that's the beauty of Indian cricket that whatever happens you're just going to be talking about Indian cricket we're going to sit चाय और पी के like बात करेंगे रोहित क्या
You've
कर रहा है
got a
कोहली
billion eyes on you, bro. Yeah, boss. Of course, we're gonna talk about it.
so,
1 billion, 2 billion लोग हैं
no,
भाई.
that's what I'm saying. I didn't say it's a pressure. I'm saying it's the beauty of Indian cricket. Like, that's the thing. Like, एक series हो गया, you're on to the next tournament and planning about the next tournament. Now,
Yeah,
the thing for me is there's a lot of questions to be answered. One thing is, you have Dhawan there, you have Virat Kohli there, and you have Rohit Sharma
hmm.
itself. They're older, and the way Rahul is playing, he's not convincing right now. Do you stick with this going into the 50 over World Cup, which you did with T20s and it collapsed? Or do you blood in two, three youngsters and make it a more balanced kind of situation? I think maybe look at it as a template from 2011, where India had they had Sachin over there, they had Zahir Khan who were experienced, but then you had somebody like a Yusuf Pathan. Suresh Raina at that time was very young. You had like Munaf Patel who was relatively less experienced. You had Ashwin in the squad. He didn't play every game, but he was there in the squad. He played in the quarterfinal against Australia. So maybe take that kind of template. You're going to play in home conditions, but also the big factor is cricket has changed, man. अगर इंग्लैंड आके
A lot.
धड़ाधड़ फिर से शुरू कर दिए उन लोग 500 भी मार सकते हैं बैंगलोर में या जहाँ भी मैच है या जहाँ भी मैच होगा
Of
इंडिया
course.
इंग्लैंड का
Yeah.
so now do you change the approach do you change your template now he mentioned changing the template and I saw him change the template in the sense that I saw him show more intent but when the World Cup came I didn't see that intent from him or from the players Virat Kohli was sublime but it wasn't the template that Rohit Sharma was talking about right
It was just
so
individual brilliance. Yeah.
how do you approach it I think 50 overs honestly it suits India a bit more but
Yeah.
again, one bad day can come, whether it's because of good bowling or it's good batting from the opposition. That bad day will come because India do play a bit more conservative compared to the other teams in one day cricket.
Yeah. I mean,
One question that we have here is who will win Argentina or Australia?
yes, Rajviji will be giving our predictions on our Instagram and Twitter. But like for me, if you want to ask on this spot, I'd probably say अर्जेंटीना सुकून से मार देता है यार ऑस्ट्रेलिया को कैंगरू बारबेक्यू डाल के दे देता मेसी
Australia is going to win on penalties.
वो
My man.
स्ट्राइक
Was it
ये
Matt Ryan is the keeper, right?
ये फुटबॉल ऑस्ट्रेलिया है क्रिकेट ऑस्ट्रेलिया नहीं है इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं लैबुशे नहीं आता यहाँ
और
पे
भाई बेचारे पूरी पब्लिक वहां पे 3-4 बजे सुबह में उठ के देख रहे हैं मैचेस
या
तो
क्रेडिट टू
उनके
देम
लिए
ब्रो
उनके लिए फॉर द पीपल डाउन अंडर ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज गोना विन टुडे मेसी को
Techie
खामोश
Lai
रखेंगे
has commented
या
on the India series because of from the what 2019 50 over India back KL to replace Open, but still the one has edge over among KL and KL. Because Dhawan is, yeah, I mean, yeah, Mr. ICC Champions Trophy, Mr. Shikhar Dhawan, I love him. I personally liked how he played in the recent tournament as well. He was the captain. He was a bit slow. His, his, क्या बोलते हैं, average and his strike rate was not that great. But coming into the tournament, the strike rate भी बहुत slow थी. But maturity है, experience है, I think. मेरे लिए, and I think one question for everybody in the who's viewing us on whole thing, and on Mustafa, KL Rahul or Shikhar Dhawan, who would you go with?
Kerala is
Let's
going to
try.
play. They're both playing tomorrow, bro.
Huh?
They're both going to play.
Dhawan and KL?
Yeah, Kerala's going to play at number 5. Remember, I told you in one day he doesn't open the batting.
Oh.
He doesn't open the batting, bro. Look, ideally,
But
I would like to see Prithvi Shaw play, like either in T20 or one day. I like to see him open because I just feel like he has the Sehwag type go for it mentality, right? But again, Prithvi has his issues with with the ball coming in, the in swinging or the off the pitch seam as well. So I don't know what type of form he's in. Another person that you can look at is Gaikwad. I think he's someone that you can mix that balance, the youth and experience. Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, look, their experience. I have nothing against them. Like they have the runs, they have everything. They're Mr. ICC, but will they perform at that level? That's the only thing. I think even if you go with both of them, keep some young openers there. Keep some options. In the T20 World Cup, you went with no backup openers. You banked on Virat Kohli as your backup opener. So
I mean, they
don't
do
do
have
that.
Patidar and Tripathi in this squad as the opening thing.
Yeah,
So let's see. I mean,
I
it will
I
be
don't know if they're
interesting
gonna
if
get
they
a
get a
chance.
chance. Yeah, I don't think so as well, but I just hope they do because I just want to see some exposure for these young boys who are trying so much and
Shreyas
being so
Iyer नहीं खेल
patient.
रहा.
हाँ, श्रेयस अय्यर तो आपका बॉय है और श्रेयस अय्यर को यहाँ पे शॉर्ट बॉल की टेंशन नहीं रहेंगी. न्यूजीलैंड था वो, ये बांग्लादेश है. बांग्लादेश में तो अपने घर में खेले वैसे ही छे, तो इतना टेंशन की बात नहीं. श्रेयस अय्यर आई फील विल बी द player of the tournament maybe also because of the form. Even all respect to him, short ball के despite भी उन्हें अच्छे खासे 2 इनिंग्स खेला, 80 मारा और
उन्हें
फिर
स्पिन
एक
बहुत
50
अच्छा
मारा.
खेलता उन्हें स्पिन बहुत अच्छा
या
खेलता
तो
और
आई थिंक
यहाँ पे
अभी
विकेट स्लो होने वाले हैं बांग्लादेश में. They're going to be not ranked runners I think, but they will be slow pitches. So in that it will suit him more because ball भी उतना bounce भी करेंगे तो उतना बहुत effort लगाना पड़ता to rush him, and he plays spin really well. This is a very good question, Chirag. Kuru, will you back KL and waste one more ICC tournament? That's a very valid question, man. Like, हम हंस सकते हैं उस पे, हम बोल सकते हैं, yeah, we'll back him. No, we won't back him. But I really don't know because, look, you backed him in the T20 and he did not perform. You lost the tournament. And he did not perform at all.
बट अभी इसमें
but
क्या
now,
होता, सॉरी टू कट यू मुस्लिम, बट इसमें क्या होता, I just one thing for you also. That's why I sort of rushed into this question is because abhi ye bilaterals mein this guy is going to perform insane, bro. He's going to be crazy. He's going to be amazing, stupendous, fantabulous, mind blowing. Jai Mata Di, let's rock, खेलेगा उन्हें. And then उसके बाद, when the tournament time comes, hug देता हूँ. That is the only thing I don't get. The bilateral में is going to be amazing. I know that for a fact. But how do you not take him then? That's a question that I have. Like how will you not take him despite him performing in bilaterals? Then what is the selection criteria?
but the thing is, he was not performing in bilaterals. You still took him to the T20. If you perform bilateral, okay, ठीक है, लेके जाओ, no problem. उन्हें खेल रहा ही नहीं था भाई, खाली आईपीएल खेला, उसके बाद इंजर्ड है. कहाँ खेला बोलो? एशिया कप में भी एक अफगानिस्तान के अगेंस्ट इनिंग थी उसकी. उससे पहले तो हिम एंड रोहित शर्मा वो बोथ प्लेइंग म्यूजिकल चेयर्स लाइक आफ्टर आईपीएल दे डिडंट प्ले एवरीथिंग. वेस्ट इंडीज में नहीं खेला उन्हें, जिम्बाब्वे में नहीं खेला. लाइक जिम्बाब्वे में खेला शायद एक मैच, उसमें भी उतना परफॉर्म नहीं करा उन्हें. तो वेयर डिड ही परफॉर्म एंड यू स्टिल
नहीं, मैं with
अगर
respect
पूरा
to
परफॉर्म करता
yeah.
उसको रखो.
नहीं करेक्ट है. मेरे रिस्पेक्ट टू I'm asking this question because अपन आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट, अब लेट्स से अगर he starts performing 50 crazy जा रहा, अब फिर आईसीसी के टूर्नामेंट में आके if he fails, then उस टाइम में क्या कर सकते हैं जब बंदा परफॉर्म भी कर रहा फिर आके टूर्नामेंट में he's not able to.
उन्हें अगर फॉर्म में है, उन्हें 100's लगातार मारा, उन्हें वर्ल्ड कप में भी मारता, मैं लिख के देता हूँ. बट उन्हें नहीं मार रहा, फिर उसको लेके जा रहे, तो वहां पे प्रॉब्लम है. प्रॉब्लम ये है मेरे को ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि if a guy's in form, you pick him, you take him to the tournament and you play him. But the thing is, right now you have someone like a Gaikwad who's doing well. Give him a chance, maybe. Try something different. Get Shubman Gill in. You need to, because you remember what happened in that 2011 World Cup. They brought in Virat Kohli. He was very young at that time. They got him. They played him at number 4, but it was still Sachin's tournament. But maybe do something like that with Kohli and Gill. Passing the baton. Do something like that. Like, I'm not saying go with experienced players as well. You have, but Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan, Kohli, Rahul, it might be one too many. That's what I feel. But
Yeah,
Rahul is still in his prime years, man. He's 30, right? 30, 31. He's like, he can still
peak.
get
Yeah,
his
he
career
can
back
still.
on
Yeah,
track.
of
He
course.
can get his
Yeah,
career back on track. मेरा यही है कि भाई उन्हें फिट नहीं है तो नहीं लेके जा, उन्हें फिट नहीं रहता लाइक और फॉर्म में नहीं रहता, अगर फॉर्म में नहीं है नहीं लेके जाना, सिंपल बात है। अगर उन्हें फॉर्म में है लेके जाओ, कौन रोक रहे, लाइक इज अ गुड प्लेयर, आई नो दैट, लाइक
मेरे को
ही
तो
गेट मी।
सी व्हेन आई सी राहुल आई ऑलवेज फील कि भाई ने थ्रू आउट द ईयर अच्छा अगर अच्छा भी खेला तो व्हेन इट कम्स टू अ सिचुएशन वेयर इज प्रेशर एंड देयर थोड़ा स्ट्रेस ऑन हिम वेयर ही हैज टू परफॉर्म वो टाइम पे ही नहीं खड़ा होता इवन इन आईपीएल वी सीन हिम लाइक ही बीन हिटिंग 80 90s एंड देन व्हेन इट कम्स टू अ प्लेस वेयर इट्स अ डिसाइडिंग मैच नहीं दिखता भाई इन्हें इन्हें नहीं दिखता बड़े मैच में ही sort of he gets panicked it's like all eyes on him and जो लेवल ऑफ क्रिकेट में खेलता है इन्हें एकदम you see a dip in him that
तो
is my
चिराग भाई
point
बोल रहे
problem
हैं,
with him.
मुस्तफा भाई, अरे चिराग भाई, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस। थिंक इन he was in form in 2019 ODI World Cup and also in 2021 T20 World Cup, उसमें भी हगा वो, देखो सही बात है, मगर 2019 में इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन धवन था, फिर इंजर हुआ तो फिर राहुल को लेके आए, और उसमें सेमीफाइनल में तो सो भागे, उसमें रोहित शर्मा भी था, विराट कोहली, ये तो पूरा इंडिया का प्रॉब्लम है, लाइक ये जो बड़े मैच सिचुएशंस में फेल होना, that this is India's problem since 2016. Like when they lost that match against West Indies in the T20 World Cup, उसके बाद आप देख लो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी उठा लो, आप
Hmm.
ये T20 World Cup उठा लो, तो
T20 World Cup. Yeah.
you know they India do struggle in which even 2014 T20 World Cup, they 2015 50 over World Cup, उसमें a lot of people do that. But yes, you have a point over there कि like he was doing well in 2021 और जाके T20 World Cup में उसमें भी कौन खेला, लाइक 2021 में कोई भी नहीं खेला, तो वैसा है। मगर मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि उसको अभी रिप्लेस करा तो अब रिप्लेस करो, अभी यंगस्टर को, तो मैं नहीं बोलूँ खिलाओ उसको, I'm not saying to play him, I'm saying play a youngster in the middle order, because look, you have to indirectly, people need to also be rewarded for like what they're contributing, right? Agar just you lost a T20 World Cup, you have to. I know it's a different format, but you have to drop and pick new players at certain times. You have to. You
Thoughts?
have to take that
Yeah.
call.
What about thoughts on Surya Kumar being dropped? Like, you think he should have played?
मैन सूर्या कुमार का सब मिक्स करते, सब बोलते हैं 50 ओवर्स का फॉर्मेट नहीं है, बहुत छोटा खेलता है, बाज लोग बोलते हैं उसको खिलाना जरूरी है। आई प्ले हिम ब्रो, because the way 50 over format is going, it's going in that T20 thing. You need aggressive batsman, you need someone जो हर दो बॉल बाउंड्री मार सकता है, एंड लिया उन्हें आउट हो
Yeah.
गया तो कोई बात नहीं भाई, दूसरे है प्लेयर, आई वुड गो विद
But,
दैट। और मैं
uh,
हाँ
yeah,
बोलो।
go ahead, go ahead. Hane, finish your thing, then I'll ask.
No, go for it. I was going to shift the topic to
So,
something which I'm
mera,
more concerned about than
yeah, I
any
was
of
just
this.
yeah, I was just asking कि अगर सूर्या कुमार gets out in the middle, अब जो T20 में अपन देखे, but doesn't that add pressure to us in the middle then?
Doesn't matter, bro. Like if the as pressure, you have to take the pressure. You have so many other batsmen; they have to. You can't really just rely on one player. But on his day, if he scores 100 in a match, जिताया था आपको, वैसा player है। Surya Kumar अगर 100 मारा, and he's the one who can answer back to a Butler. Would you drop a Butler from the team? No, you wouldn't. He's that type of player.
Mhm.
360 or Indian conditions में है. He's going to play in IPL. He's going to be in form. I would take him. Let him play one shot too many. उन्हें out हो गया तो out हो गया. मेरे को होना risk taking players. अगर मैं देख
Yeah.
लूँ तो मेरा सबसे बड़ा
Hmm.
कंसर्न with this Indian team. I know, like आप लोग जो पूरे बोल रहे comments में बोल रहे केएल राहुल, मैं accept करता हूँ. I'm just giving you a different opinion on that. My biggest concern is Hardik Pandya, and where is his replacements? Where is your?
Yeah.
आप फिर भी बच जाएंगे ये वर्ल्ड कप में, बिकॉज आपके पास स्पिनिंग ऑलराउंडर्स है और टर्न होएगा बॉल, एंड सूट होएगा अक्षर पटेल को, वॉशिंगटन सुंदर को, इन लोगों को सबको सूट होएगा, जडेजा जो भी है। बट आपको मीडियम पेस ऑलराउंडर भी होना, राइट? तो कौन है वो? आर यू प्रिपेयरिंग अ वेंकटेश अय्यर? आर यू प्रिपेयरिंग अ शिवम दुबे? आर यू प्रिपेयरिंग अ शार्दुल ठाकुर? That's what I want to see. It doesn't. I don't care if they fail, but are you keeping in the team and trying to develop that player? Are you giving it
Mhm.
those chances? You see England, whatever team they throw out, they have all-rounders. They have people who can come and contribute with both bat and ball. So in my opinion, the main factor is this, bro. All-rounder. You have to have backups over there. If you're gonna keep like, and then Hardik is a human. He's not gonna perform every single game. So he's
Yeah.
gonna. But right now he's not droppable because वैसा प्लेयर ही नहीं है इंडिया में।
Hmm. Yeah, and I think वो भी है कि भाई if you what's Hardik's age right now 30 plus होगा ना if I'm not wrong Hardik
हार्दिक
he
was
has
29. Right.
29, 30, yeah.
Yeah.
So your age. I mean, he has another World Cup plus another T20 World Cup in him. But we need to start doing this, and we have always had this issue जहाँ पे अपन ना आगे की नहीं सोचते. अभी यहीं से देख लो कैप्टन साहब क्या बोले प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में. I can't think of the World Cup. It's too far ahead. This is the problem with our team that we don't create reserves. We don't invest in the future. I mean, we are investing with the tournaments that keep going on throughout the year. Ranji hai, Hazare hai, and all of these है. ये खाली बोलने को है, लेकिन यहाँ पे टैलेंट कब आएगा? What I feel and I've always been vocal about it, आईपीएल में आप परफॉर्म करे तो वो आईपीएल में कोई खरीदे तो लफ्ज उन्ना फिर जाएंगे फिर उन्ना
अब
परफॉर्म करेंगे फिर लाइमलाइट में आएंगे.
वो बात
But
सही है,
apart,
वेंकटेश अय्यर परफॉर्म करा आईपीएल में, उसके बाद उन्हें नहीं परफॉर्म करा दूसरा सीजन, फिर छोड़ दिया उसको. मैं बोलूँ कि भाई परफॉर्म करेगा एक बंदा, फिर उसका डिप भी होगा फॉर्म में. सो यू
ये
हैव
लो
टू.
भाई आपको मिल गया आपका मिल गया आपको आपका मीडियम पेसर कहते
ब्रो मैं भी देख के हंस रहा था, मगर मैं बोलूँ कि भाई डालो, उसमें क्या है, डालो. यू नेवर नो इन इंडियन कंडीशन, उसके जो कटर्स है वटर्स है, हो सकता. एंड आई डोंट नीड विराट कोहली टू बोल 10 overs. गिव मी 2 overs. गिव रोहित शर्मा, गिव मी 2 overs. Shreyas Iyer, give me 2 overs. I don't need like full full-fledged 10 overs all the time.
and
Even
a day
then,
ago, yeah,
yeah,
a day ago also you said something crazy which I took back and I was thinking about with Dhoni. You said Dhoni used to make players like that and he, like in the
bro,
like
like
stuff of nah.
केदार जाधव को
जोगेंद्र
bowling
शर्मा,
करा.
केदार यादव, जोगेंद्र शर्मा, इससे लोगों को ट्रस्ट करके बॉल देता था बिकॉज उन लोगों में कुछ देखता था एंड यूज्ड टू
जोगिंदर
क्रिएट
शर्मा को जोगिंदर शर्मा को हरभजन बनाया बिकॉज उन्हें मना करा था वो.
दोस.
but
चल
yes,
हरभजन भी बना यार तो एक्सपीरियंस भी है कि भाई एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर
तो
also have to pat the shoulder on the back probably वो भी होगा लेकिन या completely I agree with you कि भाई ये टाइम पे अगर हार्दिक पांड्या knowing how injury prone he is उसका भाई भी मतलब खेल नहीं सकता. Krunal can play that innings but I don't
criminal.
see Krunal I don't see Krunal. He's a criminal. He doesn't perform that well but like I mean yeah as a medium pace option I don't see much except Venkatesh Iyer and yeah I guess we need to find that spark.
अगर किसी प्लेयर मल्टी डायमेंशन है तो वो उतना नहीं सोचता अपने स्किल पे, क्योंकि इफ फेल्स इन बैटिंग देन ही शुड ट्राई विद bowling as you saw with England. Exactly my point. You hit the nail on the head, sir. That's exactly what I was trying to say. That it relieves pressure as well. And if you don't have a Hardik Pandya type player, then that's what you have to do. You need your batsman to bowl. That's what they did in the 2011 World Cup. Sehwag was bowling, Yuvraj was bowling, Sachin rolled his arm over a few times. तो वैसे ही करना है आपको, like like overall निकालना है. And still, I feel that someone like a Shardul Thakur or Venkatesh Iyer, Chindu, with these guys, don't give up on them. Work on them. Make them
I
improve. पर सैम करन
yeah
कितना इम्प्रूव हुआ भाई? सैम करन, उसको कोई चांस नहीं देता. उसको मिलता इंडिया में कभी भी पोजीशन, कभी भी नहीं देते थे उसको. उन्हें कितना इम्प्रूव हुआ. सो लाइक यू नीड टू डू दैट. टुमारो इंडिया प्लेइंग
circling
11 will be more.
circling back to Mr. Pant.
Pant, Iyer, KL long tour. I think, in my opinion, Iyer, it's a tough one. But I think Iyer and KL will play. Pant is not. I think Pant needs a break, man. That's my opinion. I love Rishabh Pant. I will continue to back him. अब जो भी हो दो, like वो गैप का मैं कभी नहीं भूलूंगा. And मगर yeah, Iyer and KL have to play. I would have ideally like to see Samson there. So maybe instead of KL or Iyer, I would like to see Samson there, but he's not there. Just to see, because like everybody's backing him now. Everybody think I know he's a talented batsman. I want to see, like, give him the chance in Bangladesh and see what happens. But yeah, I'll probably go KL and Iyer. Vinesh, that was from Suraj. Suraj, sir, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Chirag Jani took a hat trick and scored 30 runs in the final. He's a very good all rounder, but I hope any team but him in IPL. But he is 33. His prime years have gone. Yeah, look, even if he's 33, like, you can always give these guys chances. Michael Hussey started his career in 32, 33. That peak Australian team, they were all 33, 34 when they were winning World Cups left, right,
Yeah,
and center.
yeah.
So, you can always give age is just a number at certain times. Yes, sometimes age is a factor and it can, cause issues to your performance. But I think, 30 to 35 you can manage, man. So give people chances and see how it goes.
Yeah,
The thing
even
is,
if
आप
you manage
youngster
to,
को,
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
तो आपसे
बोलो.
यंगस्टर को भी चांस दे रहे, तो एक उन्हें सीजन नहीं खेल रहा, फिर आप दूसरे सीजन उसको कंप्लीटली इग्नोर कर दिए. एंड आई रिमेंबर द लास्ट टाइम वेंकटेश अय्यर प्लेड, उन्हें अच्छा ही बैटिंग कर लेता था नंबर 6 पे, एंड दे वर प्रेपिंग हिम एज एन ओपनर इन द T20s, but they batted number 6 and he was doing decent. My point is that you have to fit players in a system. So make a system which is flexible. Flexible
Yeah.
means you're not relying on just five bowlers or just five batsmen. Make it a bit more. And this is a game of flexibility. Like whether it's actual physical flexibility or mental flexibility or team structure, you have to have that in the current modern format. Bolo fairs.
नहीं या completely I mean flexibility रोना मेरे को एक और चीज है कि भाई like the way our whole system is designed they play too much cricket even in a domestic level इतना cricket खेलते हैं international level पे भी इतना cricket खेलते हैं but I think at the end of the day वही होता है कि भाई limelight will only fall on 15 members of the thing and वो changes we're always scared of doing a lot of changes in the squad experimentation नहीं करते तो आई थिंक वही है जो अपन पहले भी बात करें कि तीन टीमा बन लाइक डिवाइड कर लेना लाइक T20 का एक वनडे का एक टेस्ट का एक ऑलरेडी है बट उसमें भी एक्सपेरिमेंट करने की जिगर रखना यू नो व्हाट आई मीन लाइक यू नो समवन वाज मेंशनिंग दैट चिराग जानी गायकवाड गिव देम अ चांस मैन लाइक आई मीन उससे कुछ नहीं होगा अब हारे हारे प्रॉब्लम नहीं है इंग्लैंड कैसा जीते यार लाइक इंग्लैंड अब ये स्टेज पे कैसा है you know they were not afraid to experiment and they weren't afraid to play to their strengths you know है weaknesses obviously इनके पास भी there were repercussions that they faced but अगर आप एक बार अपने strengths और आप एक बार you start achieving results nobody is going to question it that's exactly what I keep coming back to saying Dhoni did he fought the system he fought the selectors he said नहीं मेरे को ये टीम प्लेयर निकालना है कॉमनवेल्थ जीता कॉमनवेल्थ के बाद he you know he people started believing in that so I think they just need to be more vocal if Rohit Sharma is having a problem with the man he just needs to be a bit vocal.
But the thing what Dhoni had, which nobody in this team right now has, he had a World Cup behind him. He didn't that T20 World Cup. He didn't select that team. That team was given to him because everybody else said, "I'm not going to go 2007 में." उसके बाद once you win the World Cup, then you have the ability to think. Now
बट उन्हें
somebody
उसमें भी
अगर रोहित शर्मा
अनऑर्ड
हाँ
या उन्हें भी उसमें आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स डिसीजंस बनाया दैट इज माय थिंग ही मेड डिसीजन दैट नो वन वुड हैव थॉट लाइक यू वुड नेवर गिव
कौन सा
जोगेंद्र शर्मा बॉलिंग राइट जोगेंद्र
मगर
शर्मा को
उसका
आप
मैं
बोलेंगे
वही बोल रहा हूँ लाइक उसमें कौन सा उसका डिसीजन नहीं था वो लाइक मैं बोल रहा हूँ उसका ऑप्शन ही नहीं था he had to give him the ball what Dhoni was he was a calm influence in pressure situations and he had a bit of luck with him but then he became an extremely smart captain because he was backed because he won a World Cup if he didn't win the World Cup I don't know if they will allow him
या
to sack the
100%
goalie Lakshman
या
because you see
100% या
the cult fans, the what do you call it, the ultras, they go crazy. And one thing Smarty did, he didn't drop Sachin, but he dropped everyone else. And I don't think he would have had that ground to stand on if he didn't win a World Cup. So that's what Dhoni had. That is my opinion. I'm just trying to put it out there. I don't know the gas such hai kya nahi hai. But that's one thing. Nowadays, bits and pieces players more in trending mode instead of play with specialized one. Yeah, look, the thing is, even if you take a bits of pieces player, like you can develop him. You can do things like Kedar Jadhav won matches for India through MS Dhoni's
या
leadership. So you can work with them, and that's why you have to have a smart captain and someone who's willing to take risks. Like Faiz said, कि भाई मेरे को ये प्लेयर होना ये जिताएंगे मेरे को and if that means making a big call no problem at all so yeah that's why and
even like there was one opener that I was very excited about. If you remember from Bangalore, Padikkal, I was very excited about him because I liked his shot selection and you know how he was facing the new ball and everything. But उसके बाद उन्हें दिखाई I think got one series for India or two series max. उसके बाद उन्हें भी गायब हो गया बेचारा.
yeah, मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि like ठीक है लोग perform नहीं करेंगे but you have to back and if you're gonna change then change it with another youngster and give him another youngster a chance and see how it goes. I think Ravi Shastri Vinish Bhai Singh Ravi Shastri said that Rahul took extra pressure in big games so even as coach could not help him so any reason his mental strength is too weak I think yeah look mental strength is a big part of games and we see India like in pressure situations they do collapse and that's something they have to work on whether that's hiring like doing different things in mental conditioning whether that's taking less pressure but as an Indian player you have to look at from their perspective it's always going to be extreme pressure and it's not easy to keep that mental strength you'll have to take breaks you'll have to do different things and I don't think for India players always going to be extremely difficult because every one mistake you make and that's it they have you on social media they have you on the media they have you everywhere they're gonna grab you like
Yeah.
and so you have that mental pressure is there and they'll have to find things to work on it I think Gary Kirshner was very good at that he would and not just say block out outside noise he used to have different activities and stuff which would help the players keep them calm and keep them present in the mode and yeah I think you'll have to work on that as well off the field and not just on the field.
Yeah, but with Rahul, it's like it's been so long he's been playing cricket. I think experienced player here, and I mean, abhi tak to he should have learned a captain bhi ho chuka hai, and there's so many things that's gone good with him as well. I'm not gonna criticize, like I'm not gonna say tell him off in terms of like he can't play and stuff. He's a brilliant batsman to watch. Probably on his day, he's too good to watch. Stroke play behtrin, he finds the gaps beautifully, his drives and everything. But like with that level of cricket that you've played, I think you अभी तक आपको tricks of the trade जो बोलते हैं अपन नुस्खे and stuff ये सीख लेना हो चाहिए था अभी तक. Maybe it takes some people a little bit more time than others. So I mean I just hope he really gets things working for his career.
Yeah, 100%, man. First, let's go into the last section of the day, and that is our fantasy picks for tomorrow. So, Pele, I just want to thank Vinesh Bhai, Techie Live, Suraj Bhai, Chirag Bhai, and everybody who has joined us today. Keep your comments and questions coming in. We'll try to answer as much as possible. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family. We're a new channel, and we would love to have you guys all the time. And we'd like to grow this channel. You're part of the family now, so yeah. Keep your comments coming, and we'll try to take them as much as we can. Tomorrow's game, give me one India player and one Bangladesh player, Mr. Faiz Ali Tahir.
I am going with Rohit Sharma. Got a good
Sure.
holiday, got his head back in, I hope and I feel like he's gonna make some big runs tomorrow. Rohit Sharma is from India, and from Bangladesh I think I'm gonna go with Tuskin is not playing, right? If I'm not wrong, he's injured. Yeah, he has some injury. So I'm gonna go with Shanto, Najmul Shanto, opening batsman. We saw pretty much of him in the T20 World Cup also. अच्छा खासा एक innings दो innings खेला. He has a good aggression about his game and अच्छा पेस करता है innings. तो देखेंगे रोहित शर्मा and शंटो जी क्या करते हैं.
Because you're going mainstream, I'll also go mainstream. Going Virat Kohli, he averages 80 in Bangladesh. He has an outstanding record over there. He likes playing in those conditions. He's in very good form, coming off a brilliant T20 World Cup individually. And then, if I look at from Bangladesh perspective, I was a bit confused. I really wanted to go Mushfiqur and Shah Saqib, especially Mushfiqur plays really well against India,
Well,
so that's why I wanted to go with him. But I'm gonna go with the new captain, the guy who's replacing Tamim Iqbal as the one-day captain. It's Mr. Litton. He's an outstanding
Pass.
form. You talked about form. He was outstanding against India in that T20 World Cup. India were a bit lucky to win that game because he got run out. If he stayed there, he probably would have finished the game, and he looked like $1 million. Again, I don't think the pitch will be as easy. He'll have to be a bit more smart, but he's playing in home conditions. He'll understand the situation a bit more, and I'm expecting things from him. And if he can perform, he might become long-term captain, might even be captain in the 50-over format if Tamim is not fully fit over there as well.
Yeah, completely good picks to see when obviously Virat Kohli and you spoke about his average and stuff. I think with the season that he's had so far, it's been amazing to see. Hopefully, let's see what who's gonna play. Gurnur Paji भी आ गए जी.
अरे गुन्नूर पाजी कितने हैं पाजी की हाल चाल है सब ठीक ठाक केएल राहुल इस सीरीज में रन बनाएगा फिर बड़े सीरीज में आराम लेगा सिर्फ रोहित शर्मा और वर्ल्ड कप में जाएगा पक्की अब देखो उसको यही है कि भाई पूरा खेलना है आपको लाइक ठीक है एक आध सीरीज आप मिस कर रहे हैं ठीक है मगर पूरा खेलना है जब अगर आपकी फॉर्म है फिर आप जा सकते हैं अगर नहीं है फॉर्म तो नहीं जाना अब मैं बोल रहा हूँ ऐसा ऐसा नहीं होगा लाइक जैसे T20 वर्ल्ड कप में गुरनूर पाजी सही बोल रहे कि उसका फॉर्म नहीं था ना वो खेल रहा था रेगुलर क्रिकेट उसको इंजर्ड भी था उसको लेके चले गए सो नाउ यू हैव टू I think pick players based on form and also you're playing in Indian conditions so look at Vijay Hazare look at the thing that's why Gaikwad is there in the ranking. I'm not like the biggest fan of his batting but his currency is runs bro he's getting runs he's getting them consistently give him a shot like I like Prithvi Shaw I like Shubman Gill but who's getting the runs right now Gaikwad right put him in the firing line if it doesn't work go somewhere else go with another youngster but I think that whoever is being selected it shouldn't just be reputation
Yeah, I think putting fire under people's bums. Basically, that's what India
मगर
needs
क्या
to
होता
start doing.
मालूम मैं ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ खुले में कि यंगस्टर को चांस हो यंगस्टर को चांस अब वो यंगस्टर परफॉर्म नहीं करता उल्टा फिर बोलेंगे भाई एक्सपीरियंस है ना 50 ओवर खेल रहे हैं आप सो इट कैन गो इट कैन गो इधर वे द मेन थिंग इज You have to be mentally strong and you have to perform in big games.
वही है
Whether
ना
you're
भाई, दैट्स अ प्रॉब्लम लाइक वी डिस्कस्ड एज अ प्लेयर ऑफ इंडिया, मेंटली आपको स्ट्रांग रहना पड़ेगा। सोशल मीडिया की आबादी और इंडिया की आबादी मद्देनजर रखते हुए आपको सब सोचना पड़ेगा। आपको सोचना पड़ेगा कि आप आज नहीं परफॉर्म करोगे आपको गाली आएंगी, परसों परफॉर्म करोगे तो वाहवाह आएंगी। तो आई मीन यस, देयर इज ऑलवेज दैट थिंग, बट आई थिंक द मैनेजमेंट हैज टू ऑल कीप गिविंग देम रेगुलर चांसेस एज वेल। आई मीन दे शुडंट लिसन टू द, they know what they're doing, they know their mission. But yeah, there should be a level of competition within these young people. I think they, giving them consistently chances. Like agar Gaikwad nahi perform kara, he knows he didn't perform, give them like two matches, three matches, and see. And that will create an atmosphere of competition. That is where people will be under the fire, saying कि नहीं भाई, आज अगर मैं नहीं परफॉर्म करना, कल राहुल को ले लेंगे, राहुल नहीं परफॉर्म कर पंत को ले लेंगे। तो ये चीज आई थिंक बिल्ड करना पड़ेगा ये सिस्टम।
I think, sir, Virat was out of form from Test and ODIs. Main problem was batting too long as he used to, and he scored big hundreds in Bangladesh. Look, he was out of form on T20s also, not just one day tests. It's true, he was out of form. He wasn't getting runs. They backed him, and he came good. And Virat Kohli is that type of player. That's why the thing is, people get frustrated. Like at times when a player doesn't perform, but Virat Kohli gets a longer rope because he showed what he can do. And
Yeah.
you can't put the same label for all the other players, but Virat Kohli gets an extra, he does get that extra cushion,
Yeah,
and he deserves it.
of course.
That
Yeah, 4 years consistently. Yeah.
इसलिए जीते क्योंकि नो फियर ऑफ फेलियर 14 तो चलो हो गया कि लास्ट में हो गया थोड़ा, जब तक 2015 आए तो सब इस्टेब्लिश हो गए थे और अपनी इमेज बचाने सबने आगे। अगर हाँ, वो एक्चुअली बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है वो 2013 वाली टीम। आई थिंक दैट वाज इंडिया बेस्ट ICC win that I've seen in terms of proper sheer dominance. Yeah, I'll never forget 2017, 2007
Seven.
T20 when Miss Bowler plays the scoop. I'll never forget that. 2011, that India Australia game, Yuvraj, the way he pulled Dravid out of that, the finals in Wankhede. But that 2013 team, Sukka Mare, England में वो
England
conditions
में
में Shikhar Dhawan was outstanding.
fire.
Dhoni played a gamble in mid Rohit Sharma Open. He was outstanding. Virat Kohli was getting runs. Then Jadeja and Ashwin were brilliant in England, and Ishant Sharma was good. So I think they played serious cricket at the time, and वो final भी हारने वाले थे. Like some extremely really good field placing from Dhoni and some good catching and good bowling from Ishant Sharma, and we won that match. I remember Ravi Bopara को यहाँ पे उन्हें square leg पे रखा था fielder, वही shot खेला और वही short square leg
कैच
था
हो गया।
शायद।
मैच
तो
प्रिपरेशन ऑफ मैच बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है धोनी जी।
yeah, so preparation of match, and also he's right, man. Like fearless खेल रहे थे जब उतना वो नहीं था. So yeah, it could be that whatever it is.
सिक्योरिटी ऑफ बैकिंग आई थिंक वो भी एक चीज होंगे, बैकिंग की इतनी सिक्योरिटी थी बैक देन, प्रोबेबली यू डिडंट फियर दैट, मे बी आई इट्स प्रोबबली दैट
भाई
थिंग दैट कम्स फ्रॉम
खेल
योर
रहा था
कैप्टन।
जबरदस्त सिक्योरिटी मिल रही भैया.
नहीं, आई मीन द बैकिंग फ्रॉम द कैप्टन। आई मीन यहाँ पे क्या है, कंसिस्टेंटली कैप्टन में प्रॉब्लम्स आर सिंस धोनीज टाइम। इफ यू सी अपने मैनेजमेंट में ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, अपर डेक में जैसे कैप्टन हो गया या ये हो गया, तो देयर इज ऑलवेज सम काइंड ऑफ न्यूज़ दैट बीन गोइंग अराउंड, इन इससे बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, इससे बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, इसके आईफोन में झांक लिया। तो आई मीन ये ऐसी चीजें आ रही जब से, आई थिंक वो भी मोमेंटम खराब करता है टीम का, यू नो व्हाट आई मीन।
Do you think at Dhoni's time, cricket was also I think after he won that T20 World Cup, cricket became there's a lot of cricket, so he also had to balance in terms of Test squad, T20 squad, One Day squad, but it did affect India's Test cricket, if you remember. So I think
Yeah.
it's you have to take that into consideration also, that the IPL, all these things and stuff. I don't know what it is, but कहीं ना कहीं टोल लगता है. But yeah,
लगता है।
अभी भी फिलहाल तीनों फॉर्मेट्स में they're not performing to expectations. You lost the World Test Championship, you lost to the South Africa series with Test cricket. बढ़िया फैज आप पढ़िए ये प्लीज.
सब बोलते हैं कि धोनी था 2013 बाद क्या जीतने, लेकिन एज अ कैप्टन और एज अ प्लेयर उसकी प्रेजेंस से इंडिया एक झट तक
झुट में
हाँ झुट में आफ्टर हिम एज अ प्लेयर और कैप्टन रिफ्ट आ गया था, उसके टाइम में था, लेकिन गड़बड़ी नहीं थी। या आई मीन धोनी के बारे में जितना अपन बोले उतना कम है। आई मीन ही इज रियली प्रूवन एंड ही इज बिकम एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट फॉर पीपल टू सॉर्ट ऑफ लर्न फ्रॉम। तो आई गेस क्या गुन्नूर पाजी तो आर्मी वालों को भी बुला रहे थे, देखो कैंप्स में आके खेलो बोल के बोल रहे, गुन्नूर पाजी तो लाइक ही इज गोइंग क्रेजी ऑन दिस करंट इंडियन स्क्वाड। बट या मतलब गुन्नूर पाजी वही से होता है ना, लेकिन फैंस के हिसाब से भी आई थिंक अपन बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर डालते हैं बॉयज पे। आई मीन नहीं बोल के नहीं, वी डिजर्व दैट, ऑब्वियसली वी आर लुकिंग एट देम एंड वाचिंग देम फ्रॉम अ लॉन्ग टाइम, बट यही होता है कि आई थिंक थोड़ा बैकिंग भी करना जरूरी है, थोड़ा पॉजिटिविटी भी देना चाहिए। आई मीन मैं भी आपके ऐसे जो मैं भी खाली पुकार लेते रहता हूँ राहुल पे, बट व्हेन टाइम कम्स पुश कम्स टू शव आई थिंक होपफुली वी कैन सी समथिंग आउट ऑफ हिम।
Vinesh Bhai Bhutta, Craig Brathwaite is really underrated opener. He averages nearly 80 in 2022. His patience and defense was really good. He is not famous. He doesn't have a famous technique, but he succeeds. And what do you think about the last day? I agree with you 100%. I mentioned this at the start of the show that Mr. Craig Brathwaite is the he's the constant in this West Indies test team. The test team keeps changing. You know, players come and go, but Craig Brathwaite has been there. He's leading the side, leading from the front. And आज का जो innings था, it was a bit out of character. It wasn't like the defense where he soaks up the pressure. उन्हें attack खेला. He played a lot of shots, and he made it was an aggressive, more aggressive innings from, and it was not his natural kind of innings. And yeah, it was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fez, I think anything else you want to add, or we can wrap up with this 40. So
Nothing, just another exciting day of cricket coming soon. It's like just waiting to see if West Indies are going to be able to, stay calm and, composed and be able to keep their
stay
wickets.
calm, but more than staying calm, they just need some miraculous innings. They need a bit
Yeah,
of
they
luck.
need a
They
Rishabh
need a
Pant. They need a Rishabh Pant.
but I don't know if they'll chase it down. But even drawing is very difficult. But देखो क्या होगा cricket में कुछ भी हो सकता है. The fact they got it to this day, I think it's a big
Yeah,
achievement.
commendable.
And
Yeah.
USA versus Netherlands is coming up, so make sure you guys watch that as well. हम लोग भी like Twitter, Instagram पे करेंगे कुछ, and also जुड़ेंगे अपने स्पोर्ट्स सारी बॉयज के साथ होपफुली फैन के तौर पे बैकिंग एवरी टाइम अगर 40 पे 5 आउट तो तब भी इंडिया को बैक कर ले, लेकिन जब सामने सब दिखता है भाई वो करो
भाई
फिर
के
से वही गलती। तो देखो लाइक ये बात मैं बोलता हूँ लाइक कभी कभी आपको लाइक sometimes you have to feel that like how do we improve ourselves, because I don't think it's only about personnel. आप T20 वर्ल्ड कप में लास्ट ईयर आप ईशान किशन को लेके गए, सूर्या कुमार को लेके गए, उन लोग नहीं परफॉर्म कर रहे थे, उन लोग भी नहीं परफॉर्म करते, शमी बुमराह इन लोग नहीं परफॉर्म कर रहे थे। ये टाइम आप अर्शदीप को लेके गए, ठीक है अच्छा खेला, बट देन सेमीफाइनल में he didn't get the wickets, no one got the wickets. So
Yeah.
it's not just about personnel. As a team, you have to look, you have to play more fearless cricket. You have to try and improve. You have to have that willingness कि भाई मैं कहाँ हूँ, like Yuzvendra Chahal has to accept कि I'm not the best spinner in the world, but how do I become the best spinner in the world? How do I
ये
get
सीखने की
wickets?
भी चाह है, सीखने की भी एक
Yeah,
चाह
yeah,
होना
keep
चाहिए। आई
learning.
थिंक वो लेवल अप
हाँ,
एक बार एक रीच कर देते हैं आप, ये दिमाग में अगर बिठा
confidence
लेंगे
हो।
कि हाँ यू
हाँ,
नीड टू कीप लाइक लर्निंग
भाई
न्यू
मैं
टेक्निक्स, यू
बोल
नीड टू कीप। या
और
करेक्टली।
फैज मैं बोल रहा हूँ आपको, ठीक है ये टीम मेरे को नहीं लग रहा था कि T20 वर्ल्ड कप जीतेंगे, राइट? बट फॉर एग्जांपल 2021 जो टीम था भाई, वो
या
टीम में क्या क्या आई एक्सपेक्ट द टीम टू विन, लाइक यू गिव मी दैट टीम, आई एम नॉट गोना से कि like we don't know what's going to happen. No, we want to, you go for the win. So you have to
या
play that type of so I don't think it's always selection is an issue. It's individual errors in big stages, like whether that's because of you're not as skillful sometimes as the opponent, or whether that's you don't improve on certain situations. It could be, but it is what it is. Look at Sam Curran. The guy had major weakness. He couldn't bowl in the depth. उसको लंबे लंबे छक्के पड़ते थे. Every T20 leg में उठाओ, उसको नहीं देते the death overs. But what did he do? He went and he worked on it. He started bowling those yorkers and everything. Individuals have to take that responsibility and say कि भाई मैं खाना. अब ये भी इंडिया की जो टीम देख रहे हैं आप, on paper टक्कर की है, ठीक है, bowling is not as strong as Pakistan, but the batting is, right? So like you have to fight harder. Like you lose matches, no problem, but you have to fight harder and you have to look to improve. And Virat Kohli is
या
one who does that, so he's a good example. But other players need to do that as well.
वो मैच्योरिटी आएंगी टाइम के साथ। एंड आई थिंक लाइक इट्स एन आर्गुमेंट ऑफ क्या बोलते हैं भाई, लर्न वन थिंग एंड परफेक्ट एट वन थिंग, और लर्न मल्टीपल थिंग्स एंड बी गुड एट इट एट द सेम टाइम। तो आई थिंक वो होता है कि प्रैक्टिस डज मेक अ मैन परफेक्ट, बट like
Yeah,
if you're good at one thing, that doesn't mean that you just do that one thing, because you'll become predictable and you'll become easy to
yeah.
get out. तो आई थिंक
और
वो
ये
एक
लोग बोलते हैं
वेरिएशन जितना आदमी वेरिएट अपने आप को करेगा और जितना वो सीखेगा अलग अलग टेक्निक अलग अलग कंडीशन में खेलने के, आई थिंक दैट्स गोना बी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। लाइक श्रेयस अय्यर
और
अभी ये जो अभी गया उसके साथ, श्रेयस अय्यर गोना लर्न फ्रॉम दैट अ लॉट, एंड आई थिंक ही
yeah.
शुड जस्ट लर्न ऑन द शॉट कॉल।
And the thing is, now all the teams are playing so much cricket. Yes, India plays IPL, but all the other players, they play different leagues. Like someone like
Yeah,
Shadab plays 365 days also. Like
of
Russell,
course.
now he's not
Rashid
there,
Khan,
but
Rashid Khan,
Rashid Khan, he plays 365 days. जो वेस्ट इंडीज की जो टीम थी वो T20 जो जीती थे, उन लोग तो भाई कितना क्रिकेट खेलते थे, हर लीग खेल रहे थे. So it's not, you can't just blame IPL. of course, it is a factor. Like you do take IPL seriously. Like certain things I don't understand also. कि भाई रोहित शर्मा out होगी मुंबई इंडियंस मगर फिर भी खेल रहा है instead of resting. फिर जाके he's resting in international tours when he's the captain. So there's certain things I don't understand also. But भाई आप खेल सकते हैं cricket. If other teams are doing it, you can also do it. You just have to be more smart about it. But I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you, Gurnur bhai, for joining in. Also, आप
दिनेश
एंड में
भाई,
आए थे
गुड
सब
नो भाई,
कपल्स के साथ, but Dinesh bhai
हाँ.
and everybody else. Thank you so much. Faiz, anything you wanted to add?
टाइम फॉर द नॉकआउट्स, फुटबॉल फीफा वर्ल्ड कप के नॉकआउट्स, तो होपफुली आप लोग ट्यून इन करिए और देखिए आज क्या होता है. अभी क्रिकेट तो चलते रहेगा, वो तो हमारे दिल में
It's
चलते रहता
gonna
है,
give
दिमाग में चलते
Netherlands
रहता
a tough fight,
है.
bro.
नेदरलैंड्स वर्सेस यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका और अर्जेंटीना वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया. तो आप अपने प्रिडिक्शंस दीजिए, हम लोग अभी इंस्टा या ट्विटर पे डालने वाले हैं हमारे प्रिडिक्शंस. यू कैन फॉलो अस एंड सब होपफुली वी गिव यू कंटेंट देयर एज वेल. चेसिंग ग्रीन एरोस हमारा फुटबॉल का पेज है, एंड देन होपफुली वी गोना स्टार्ट विद लिंकिंग अप विद स्पोर्ट्स यारी. अगर थोड़े टाइम में शायद हम लोग उनके पास आएंगे, तो मजा आने वाला है. स्टे ट्यून रहिए, आते रहिए क्रिकेट चेसिंग द टारगेट पे. एंड वी ऐसे क्रिकेट की बातें जैसे एक बैठक बोलते रहता हूँ मैं, कि एक बैठक दिखती है कि भाई बस दोस्त हैं और बैठे हैं और बस क्रिकेट की बातें चल रही हैं.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. ब्राजील जीतेगा इस साल. भाई जीत सकता, ब्राजील भी जीत सकता, कोई भी टीम, अर्जेंटीना भी जीत सकती, फ्रांस भी जीत सकती, स्पेन भी जीत सकती, और यूएसए भी जीत सकती, कोई भी जीत सकता. मगर आई थिंक अभी जो मुझे लग रहा है कि भाई हर टीम में थोड़ा वीकनेस है, तो इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि कोई भी जीत सकता. So let's see what happens. But yes, Brazil is very strong, and so is the likes of France and Argentina. Let's see what happens. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Thank you, Fez, for your time today, and I will catch you hopefully tomorrow. Take care, guys, and have a good rest of your day or evening. Thank you.